Okay. I gotta get batteries. Hey, Ginger Ninja. You want to put this in Prime 3 too?
His time was 1 minute 38 seconds. Well, I guess it's better than 2 minutes.
Part 13. Oh shit, didn't stop capturing, no! Hi, Mr. Giddy Howls, folks. I'm your host, the XIII. And welcome back to part 13 of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I'm gonna skip that because it just doesn't really do anything, really. First things first, come up here. This is one of the only items I'm actually going out of my way for because I don't really want to deal with this when I have to do the treasure hunt section. But in the last episode, we finished up all the items on Elysia outside of the treasure hunt. And we also killed the Metroid Hatcher in this room. So when you roll through here, you might as well just drop down, like it kind of begs you to, because there's no point in trying to get back the way that you came, because you can't. And I am very bad at golf, as very obviously demonstrated by the fact that I missed that hole twice. And you skip this again, and then you just head all the way through until the very end. And this bomb slot will activate some screw attack panels, which will allow you to get to the top of the room and get out of here as a result of your hard-earned efforts. So this leads to another another train, my apologies. To the right is a save room if you need to use it. I'm not going to. But the thing that I also like is that you can see that little icon there. All of the trains have their own unique icon on the sides of the cargo cars, which you'll see. See? It's pretty cool. So you might actually start recognizing some of the music here, because I think this song actually plays in Super Metroid. I could be wrong, but I've played a little bit of Super Metroid, so I do know that much. This song definitely sounds like it was in Super Metroid, like at the very beginning, so. No. Do I want to go back down the elevator, or do I want to go this way? 2:30, say. I've fucked up. Okay. Let's see. It's a trap! So then these bastard things start crawling out of the woodwork. I'm gonna try and let myself get corrupted here if I can at all help it. Because you're gonna actually need the extra firepower to deal with all of these. You don't need much, you only need one shot each, but I do need to hold them off until these two come out. Once they come out, that means I can actually get out of here. Don't need to see that. Alright, so you can do this. You can if you want. You'll never actually have to come through there again. So there's no real point to it. But just in case you want to get through here a little bit quicker, it just makes a little shortcut for you. Perfect. And yet another train, sorry. I keep calling them trams, I don't know why. But this one has the blue icon on it, which is really cool. And this is essentially going to take us to the equivalent of the Space Pirate base's Phazon mines. Because that's basically what they are. We are heading to the Phazon mines. Remember, there's a save room in there if you need it. Alright, and then pirates will come out to greet you, as they always do. They're very welcoming people. That's it for them. Head over here, and there is an interface that you can interface with. You push this button, and it brings over a gigantic drill, which first you will want to poke at this, the one on the right-hand side. I'm going to skip these, because they take up way too much time. And then finally, you'll want to interface with this again and poke at the left-hand side of the room. Now, the reason we want to poke at the right-hand side is because it exposes a missile expansion that I'm going to grab now, as opposed to later, because we don't have to come back this way later. I want to avoid doing that, actually, because it'll take too much time to get back. And then the one on the left-hand side of the room takes you out of here. Alright, in here you want to deal with these guys, even though it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And now, apparently there is a potential for a game-breaking bug in here, just like in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. If you were dealing with the echo doors in the main reactor room, there was potential if you didn't deal with them fast enough and you left, well, not fast enough, but if you left in the middle of the sound door puzzle thing, the door would never open again, even if you saved and tried and went back again. And the same kind of deal happens here, apparently, where the elevator will not drop to the bottom of the room if you don't deal with it, like here. Scan that. Alright, now for this thing, you're gonna want to stun it by shooting the big blue orb on its belly. And once you stunned it, make your way across, because this thing can and will destroy these bridges, and you really do not want that, to tell the truth, because it'll make your life a misery if you ever have to come up here again, which you shouldn't need to. You'll come up to the very top of the room now. He didn't shoot that, did he? No, he didn't. But cool. That deals with that. Thanks, stupid Jolly Roger drone. I really hate these things. And there will be 3 more of them that will appear here between me and this cannon. Well, they're not cannons, they're mining lasers. But now that it's dealt with, I can get across. Make sure you turn back and get the scan over there as well. There's a lore entry scan on the wall. And, ooh, check that out. Before we go down there, though, I will need some more health, because we're going to need to use hyper mode quite actively down here. And you're going to probably end up getting corrupted a lot, because it's almost necessary, in a way, to deal with this part as such, getting corrupted a bunch. So, but the premise of this fight is pretty simple. It's just really difficult. So you have 3 armored space pirates to deal with at any given time, and at the very top of the room is a mining laser. The mining laser will switch between being a mining laser, which you'll see now, And then it will also then turn into a thing where it starts sucking up objects into the room. And the goal is to get these guys sucked up into the laser when it's in the middle of its suction mode, which it's about to go into. I need to lower my phase on. Okay. Okay, so once it goes up, now you'll need to shoot at one of these in order to break them. And you gotta rinse and repeat that 4 times. Awesome, that makes my life a lot easier when they do that. If they throw a phazon grenade at you, it actually helps significantly, because if they throw phazon grenades at you, it doesn't take up an energy tank for you when you use hyper mode. I'm just gonna... I want him to throw one at me. These guys can and do a lot of damage, though. So, if they don't throw one straight away, don't risk it. Just get into hyper mode and start shooting away at them. Oh, is that really the only one? Damn it. Okay, so now we rinse and repeat for a 3rd time. If they are in hyper mode, they do a tremendous amount of damage if you give them the opportunity. So don't wait for them to use their grenade on you if you absolutely don't feel comfortable. But it's just using hyper mode is particularly risky. Naturally. And obviously the adverse effect. If they throw a grenade at you while you're in the middle of hyper mode, it will kick you out. Okay, cool. Ow. Oh, I almost freaked out there for a second because I thought it almost didn't register. And that would have taken me a little bit longer to complete, and I would not have wanted that. All right. That nets us the Nova Beam. The Nova Beam is really cool because it basically allows you to pierce pure phazon, which is important for things like this. As you can see, you need to be able to shoot through that. Now, as you can actually probably tell, if you remember, there are 3 other places where there are phasite panels like that, that are actually important to things. There was one in the Chozo Observatory, and that actually gives you the map information to the Space Pirate homeworld, but at the same time, there's also one in the Fiery Air Dock where you fought Rundus. And that is actually important because we're going to go there during a treasure hunt section a little bit later. We're nearing it now, though. That's the main important thing to take away from this. Now, the reason I came to the blue door first rather than going through the green door is because there's an energy cell here that I need to pick up. So it's best to come and get this now. That makes 5 out of 9. And that is the last one we can get in the Space Pirate homeworld, actually. The 4 more, one of them is in the one place we actually haven't gone to yet and need to. And the other 3 are... One of them is on Norian, 2 of them are on Brio. And I'll show you where they are when we get to that part. There's a missile expansion in here. Now here's actually a really, really cool thing that the Echo Visor and Nova Beam combo lets you do. X-Ray Visor and Nova Beam combo lets you do. You can actually see the cores of Metroids and one-hit kill them, which is so cool. And it's just like, it's a tremendous help. You don't necessarily need to use Hyper Mode on certain enemies anymore because you can just one-hit kill them. It's awesome. Alright, so let's deal with all of this. Let's deal with all of this crap. Because as you can see, this is another landing spot. This takes a little while. I don't think you have to clear out the whole landing pad, but it's better to do it anyway. So now that you can land your ship here, do it.
Data received.
Alright, so now I'm going to take the ship and I'm going to head back to Pirate Command. Because we're gonna do this assault part now, and it should take me the remainder of my time. And then we can probably, hopefully, start the treasure hunt in the next episode. That would be cool as hell balls. Awesome. Yeah. We're nearing the end of this game. And I'm actually really excited. And at the same time, sort of sad. But I'll probably do like a full video on my thoughts and recollections, kind of as we've been going through this. But it depends. Okay, so here I'm going to ignore that. I'm gonna go to the topmost floor. The second to topmost floor. My apologies. Alright. So, you can see this door here. You can recognize what we're supposed to do with this. Now we can head through this green door. And I'm going to go straight to the top of the room. Straight to the top. I'm going to use my energy tanks. I'm going to use hyper mode as a protective measure to stop me from getting knocked off, because you know, climbing up here and getting knocked back down is sort of annoying, and I would rather prevent that if I can at all help it. All right. And finally, here. Interface with this. And then we're going to literally, once we've done this, we're going to literally drop right back down to the bottom again and work our way back up. Because the point is, it uncovers 3 phasite panels, and it starts a pretty ridiculous battle sequence. It uncovers 3 phasite panels in which you need to use your X-ray visor to shoot and deactivate each of these barriers that are protecting a bomb slot. And this bomb slot will make it so that we can get rid of their defenses. The third and final one is up here on this one that sort of turns around. And that makes all 3. So now we just literally head back to the top of the room. Perfect. And now, let the assault commence. Awesome work. I'll see you guys back in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.